Hey fam, it's me Aaron, Comics Show, New Comics Now, talking about some great comics. This is a ridiculous week. I just got back from Heroes Con. That was a blast. We had Rob V. Diddy here signing on Wednesday for his new book, and boom, that was great. A lot of the reviews were like positive, cautiously optimistic. I mean, that's the best Rob could hope for. Like, no one's gonna say like, oh, that epic 9-year run of Green Lantern that redefined the character for a whole generation. Oh, you know, that was good, but man, these 20 pages of this one issue, that's better. You know, no one's gonna say that, but cautiously optimistic, that's a big win for Rob and the whole team. Let me just skip ahead to Green Lantern Corps this week. I did the Green Lantern panel. I kind of emceed that at Heroes Con. And these guys are a great bunch of writers they picked that are going to do really fun things that Jeff Johns didn't do. Jeff Johns had this vision, and he just reimagined the entire Green Lantern universe, made it a universe, you know? And there's one guy that Jeff Johns kind of shortchanged. No, I'm not talking about Nort. And, you know, and Guy Gardner steals every scene. You know I love Guy Gardner. He steals every scene he's in. But I'm talking about John Stewart. And you had this thing with John Stewart, you know, he's a lot of people's favorite Green Lantern. And not just because he's black. It's because he was on that Justice League Unlimited TV show. The Justice League animated show made him so freaking awesome. I loved him in that show in a way that I've never actually liked him in the comic. Green Lantern Mosaic was pretty cool, other than when they ran over Chip, the chipmunk with a rider truck. That sucked. But actually moving John past the regret and self-loathing and all that, and making him into the man and the leader he wants to be. You know, this is his, you know, kind of midlife crisis moment, and it's time for him to be that hero. And there's actually other Green Lanterns that are kind of filling that slot for him as the regretful guy that screwed up. You know, like that planet blowing up and Green Lantern Mogo, he killed whatever, but Salaak, man. Salaak kind of screwed up. He took the Guardians hook, line, and sinker and didn't see what was going on, and he blames himself for all this stuff, and he's the one that's the regretful Green Lantern. But this issue was great. John Stewart, with the spotlight on him, not sharing it with anyone. He's the leading man, and the other Green Lantern members in the Corps are the supporting actors. This was very good. Van Jensen's kicked some ass, and V. Diddy, you know, he said he just helped with the plot some, but Van Jensen kicked ass on this. Give it a chance and get your blue ring. Superman Unchained, of course, this is the big book of the week. This is Scott Snyder and Jim Lee. You know, Jim Lee from, you know, all that stuff. Just Batman Hush and whatnot, you know. And it has this fold-out thing in here early on that it looks like it's a poster, and, you know, essentially it is a poster. But it's also, there's text on it, it's actually part of the story. Like, Jim Lee's art is just, can't be contained by the comic book. And this was the type of Superman that I've been wanting the whole time in the New 52. A new, you know, highly just crazy action, crazy stuff with a Superman that, you know, aesthetically he's been great the whole time. Jim Lee designed his costume, you know, not wearing the underwear on the outside, perfect. But it was a lot of aesthetics and not a lot of feeling like he was the Superman, the man of tomorrow. He's like, you know, 75th anniversary. There's just these things where he's this icon, and no one wants their icon to move past what they wanted their icon to be. And Superman has to be dynamic. It has to be reimagined each generation for, you know, a new generation of fans. And that's my opinion. And this book delivered on my opinion. So therefore I liked it. And there's a mystery character that's like Superman, powerful as Superman, that, yeah, it's kind of like Flashpoint Superman, where the government had a Superman-esque character where, you know, crash lands on Earth and the government takes him and has him. And, you know, that was also in Supreme Power and that type of thing. I think it's going to be Majestic, kind of like, now this is not a spoiler from what's in the issue. I just think it's going to be Majestic. He's a nice juxtaposition to Superman. He's a Jim Lee Wildstorm guy, and Jim Lee's doing the book. That's what I think, but seriously, you will not be disappointed. Even if you hate Superman, if you like Scott Snyder, you will not be disappointed. This is great stuff. Batman Year Zero. I always want to say Year One because that's the iconic book. Also Scott Snyder. This is part 1 of Batman Year Zero, issue 21. I have the variant cover because Diamond shorted me all my regular covers. I have assurances they are next day airing it out to me. They did the same thing to me last week with Age of Ultron. But this puts Year Zero as 6 years ago. So, you know, 5 years ago was Year One. Year Zero was 6 years ago. That math works for me. The Riddler's in it. And it was fun. I'm digging it. You know, I like Snyder, and I like that he's not rewriting Year One. I don't want that Year One stuff changed in any way. And if they have to do it slightly because of this reboot, okay, but year 0, cool, give it to me, I'm ready. You know, spoon feed me that stuff, Scott Snyder, I want it. And Capullo's on art, so brilliant. Suicide Squad by Les Cott. I didn't cover it last time, his first issue, because I hadn't read it yet, and you know, Suicide Squad was a mid-tier book that, you know, I kind of read but wasn't really super excited about. Well, that's changed. I'm super excited about it now. You got Unknown Soldier, you got that crazy, like, James Gordon Jr., you know, Commissioner Gordon's lunatic son, and you got Harley taking over here, and there's a line that Harley says in here that really, you know, she's speaking kind of meta, you know, she's crazy. So she says, you know, I still want to do this, I still want to be on Suicide Squad, but we need better rules for this team. This team can work, we just need better rules. And I guess what I'm saying is, this book can work, we just need this freaking lunatic Alice Cott to write it, because this is just wild and crazy, anything can happen, it's nuts. I really, really liked it, and it's just on edge the whole time, both issues. I love it. If you have any inkling of Suicide Squad being a book you might like, give it a chance. Constantine, issue 4 was great. You got Papa Midnight, you know, his first New 52 appearance, his first DCU appearance, because he was Vertigo, and man, I'm digging this Constantine. I'm really liking Jeff Lemire and Ray Fox Constantine. Yes, it's not Vertigo, but it's Vertigo-esque enough, and it fits in the DC Dark Universe enough, and it's my Constantine. I'm digging it, you know. I can always go back and reread the old Vertigo stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy, look at this cover, that's cool. You guys know how much I like animals in space. And Guardians 3, again, freaking awesome. Like, Bendis is kicking ass on this. I love Rocket Raccoon, I love Groot. Groot got a lot of screen time in this issue. I'm rocking and rolling. Tony Stark got a lot of screen time, and, you know, it was a fun issue. This Warriors 3, you know, boom, you got like the Father, the Son, and, you know, Thor, you know, the God of Thunder. So it's basically like totally blasphemous, you know, like the Holy Trinity, but, you know, this Trinity at least makes sense, you know, it's not like, you know, water, ice, and, you know, steam. It's you know, young Thor, middle Thor, and old man Thor. So I'm digging it. And Deadpool, this cover is brilliant. I love that guy. I freaking love Luther Strode, but it was fun to see Deadpool beat a cheerleader up. I mean, come on, that's what everyone wants from Deadpool, just those wackadoo things. Killjoys, I got this, I got the Phantom variant, which is Paul freaking Pope, wonderful. Yes, it's Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance writing it. Yes, he won an Eisner his first time out with that Umbrella Academy. This is his new book. It's just wild, crazy, ridiculous stuff, and Becky Cloonan on art is the best choice. This is just so fun, so vibrant, so just great, wacky colored hair. It's like, you know, just nutty stuff. I freaking loved it. Becky Cloonan was fun. You know, I went out with Jason Aaron and some Carolina Panthers for some weird private party at a place called Cowbell at Heroes Con, and Becky Cloonan was there, and she was very fun. She's cool. I really like her, and I love her art, and I love that she got nominated for an Eisner for something she self-published, and I bought all those there. But Killjoys, get it as soon as you can. This is going to be one of those things that sells out instantly, that's going to go crazy on eBay. I ordered an insane amount of copies, and it actually was good. It actually delivered. Even if you hate My Chemical Romance, or I don't even know what a My Chemical Romance song is. I really don't. I don't know. I know that they're a band that I've heard the name, and I know that they have fans. I'm a lifelong comic fan, and this comic, I loved it. So, you know, there's that. Joe Hill has a new mini thumbprint. It's basically Abu Ghraib. There's you remember the woman Abu Ghraib? She's like, yeah, you know, standing on some naked, you know, Arabs or whatever, blah blah blah. This is the story of one of those Abu Ghraib. It's a young woman, and the only part in the picture of her is a boot. You know, it's like, you know, one of the pictures was cropped, and it's just her boot. So it wasn't enough to identify her to arrest her, but she got thrown out of the army. She's free, you know, physically, but mentally not so much. So there's some post-traumatic stress disorder, and there's some where the some possible terrorist organization is hunting her down, and maybe hunting down the people that were in Abu Ghraib that aren't in, you know, federal prisons, military prisons or whatever, that, you know, got off, that they're tracking down. And at least that's what it seems like. And it's Joe freaking Hill, and I really liked it. I dug it. Manhattan Project, Little Green Men, love that book. Harbinger Wars, Number 3, I just love everything Valiant's doing. I love, like, I got this Harbinger shirt that's badass. Actually has drugs on the shirt, little pills. That was the center. I knew I needed the shirt when I saw the drugs on it. Yes, it was drawn by Jeff Lemire, but man, Valiant. They were at Heroes Con. I'm really excited for their Quantum and Woody coming out, the Talking Goat, and also Rob V. Diddy. I mean, he was there and he was pimping the hell out of Exo Manowar, selling a lot of Exo Manowar. And if you liked his Green Lantern at all, 21, get Exo Manowar. And finally, Star Wars, Brian Wood. Who isn't reading this book that's a Star Wars fan? I'd like to see that Venn diagram and then see if they're actually literate. And if they are literate, I just want to know, are they aware of this? And if not, why aren't we doing our job to let Star Wars fans know that this exists and how freaking wonderful it is? I mean, maybe we're waiting for the collection to come out to really pimp it. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But, wow. Great week in comics. Great week to just love comics. Heroes Con was a blast. Thanks, everyone, for coming out to my signings with Jason Aaron, Rob V. Diddy. And, wow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe, share it, visit our Facebook, share this video on Facebook. And, you know, if you're local, we have Skill Focused Burlesque, the Orlando's only nerdy burlesque troupe, in here in the Geek Easy on Friday. So check that out. Thanks. Bye-bye.